Everyone, my name is Brian, and this is for ENG Gen 131 statics class, and this is our truss bridge design project. And the main goal was to pretty much make a bridge and test its strengths and analyze it and do calculations and stuff. So just a little bit of background. Usually bridges that have those equilateral triangles are usually called the Warren Bridge, and then a vertical load or like a vertical beam was added to the middle of those equilateral triangles, and that came from the Pratt design. And then from the Pratt design came a bunch of multiple other bridges like the Baltimore, the Camelback, the Bowstring, the Parker Truss. And the one I decided to go with was the Baltimore Truss Bridge. And so this is my bridge, as you can see. It has those equilateral triangles, which is like the Warren, and then it has like the vertical load, which makes it the Pratt design. But then we had all these like little members right here in the middle and whatnot. And so this is a Baltimore truss design that I've constructed. It is connected with balloon party string to secure it or whatever to hold. And this right here is an empty 5-gallon water jug that I will be constantly adding water at a rate of half a gallon from this milk thing right here. Half a gallon. And we know that 1 pound equals 16 ounces. 120 ounces equals 1 gallon. So half a gallon is 64 ounces. So the 64 divided by the 16, you get 4 pounds. So every time we're adding one of these bad boys of water into this jug, we are adding 4 pounds at a constant rate. So we know, well, I mean, obviously it's not going to be perfect, but at least we have an idea as to what we're adding to the bridge. Now, these strings I have connected to these two poles. That way they can have an even, or try an even, like, distribution load on that joint right here in the middle. That way I have two, because if I just had one pull like on the left side, like right here, then it would just be causing, like a little stress, or not stress over here, but it would have force over here. But so I had these two poles that can have an even amount of force going down that joint. And so here we go. We're gonna start adding one of these in here, and I will show you the first one. After that, I'll just pause the video and show you how it actually does happen. So give me a moment. And here we go. So this is the way I will be adding it. I will show you one time. After that, I'm just gonna skip forward on the video just so you can see how much we're adding. So here is half gallon, 4 pounds. I'm just gonna open this bad boy up, lift it up a little, which is why I did the strings, so it'll be easier to pour in the water. And we're just going to consider the 5 gallons in the strings and the poles to be negligible, because I'm not really going to count that. I mean, it should be counted if you want perfect accuracy, but for the sake of the video and whatnot, I'm just going to keep that negligible, and I'm going to keep the weight of the water added. So as you can see, so far there is no bend. 4 pounds have been added, and we're going to keep adding until we start seeing a bend, and that's going to be the max weight that I'm going to use for the video. And now we're about to add the second part of it for a total of 1 gallon. So we have just added 1 gallon, and now we're going to go and add an extra one to make it a total of 1.5 gallons in total, which will make a total of 12 pounds. So give me a moment, I'm going to add some more. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so what we have is we have already put in about 2.5 gallons of water. So we're about halfway through the jug, and still there's no bend, which I am actually surprised that this bridge is that strong. So I'm going to keep on adding and see where it goes. So give me a moment. Okay, so I did hear a slight crackle. Now I'm not sure if it was the actual bridge itself, or if it was in the strings that kind of moved or whatever it was, and it made like a little ripping noise type of thing. I'm not really sure, because obviously these strings are kind of feasible, so I don't know if it was that or not. So we're just gonna keep adding some more until we're at it. But right now we are at 3 gallons. 3 gallons, which means that we are at 24 pounds. Wow. Let's keep adding more. All right, slight update. So after adding 3.5 gallons of water, you could hear a little bit of cracking, and there was bending, like in here, like it was definitely bending. And then after that, the string broke and dropped this. So 3.5 gallons, we were talking about 28 pounds. So I want to say the max was 28 pounds. If the string was a little bit stronger, it would have held, like, you know, being kept up on the bridge. But there was bending and there was cracking. So the max weight for my bridge at that given load at a joint is 28 pounds, which is wow. Okay, so we have changed locations because we had it from the middle right here and we went to this joint over here on this side. Now we still have 3.5 gallons in there, so we have 28 pounds. I use this stool to be able to attach it because I don't want to carry while pulling it, and I changed the string. So let's see if anything happens. The supports, there we go. Oh, damn. Whew. Those strings are not good. Let's take a pause. Okay, so I took off those strings and I decided to use my 10-foot power charger cable thingy. It's 10 foot, it's made out of nylon, and it's reinforced with some stuff on the outside, so I know some good material. So right now I'm gonna take off the gallon from the stool and then see how it hangs in that joint over there. So it is holding pretty well, 28 pounds, but you can definitely see the bend. They're bending like pretty bad, like it's getting curved out and everything, as you can see right there. Look what happens as I do this. It releases the bend. Okay, back at it again. So you can see that there is a bend. Let's take a look from this angle. Look at that. That is a huge bend here for sure. And look at this right here. Wow, it just went like this, like a snake. And that bend releases the minute I start lifting up. Did you see that? I mean, I don't know if you can tell because I'm like holding it kind of weird, but let me see. Yeah, you can see the tension being released. Definitely. Well, I mean, I can see it from my angle, but I don't know if you can see it from the phone. Wow. Okay. So, what we do know is that it does bend at 28. I'm not going to go any further than that because I feel like it's going to break. Especially here in these areas, it's going to break. But we already have 28 pounds here, 28 pounds here, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same object over here, except I'm going to go with like probably like a lighter weight, or maybe the same weight. So give me a moment. Let me go ahead and change the weight to over here because it'll be a different location for sure. Because we already did the middle, we did over here, but now I'm going to do this side, like roll this joint, but on this exact side. I mean, the same thing would happen either way, but let's just add it on. Okay, so now that we've changed the location over here, I'm going to go ahead and take off the gallon from right here, and we're going to see what happens. I'm pretty sure it'll be like the same result. We're going to see some slight bending, maybe some crackles, I have no idea. But this will be 3 different locations with the same exact weight, 28 pounds. However, on other locations, here I'm going to keep it as 28 pounds, but I'm going to put like maybe like probably like 14 pounds here and 7 pounds here, so I can have 3 different locations with 3 different type of weights, so I can have different variations on there. But now that we know what the max is, that's why I'm gonna leave it as at that. But I'm gonna play with the lighter weight, and I'm pretty sure it's not gonna find any bending or whatever. But we'll see what we can do with what we have. And after this, we're gonna do some calculations. So let's go ahead and take a look at what happens. So I'm gonna go ahead, remove the gallon. The stool. Put the bridge where it's supposed to be. Get the supports. And you're gonna see, look at that, it's already bending. Oh wow. Oh wow. Yeah, it's breaking. Wow. Alright. Wow. It broke massively right here. That was different than I would have expected. Wow. Let's take a look. Right here. I guess maybe the glue wasn't strong enough, or maybe the bend was just too much that it bent it out of place. But this is the only thing that came apart. Wow. What a good experiment. It was actually a lot better than I thought it would be. I mean, not the experiment, but I'm surprised that the bridge was able to withstand that much weight. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it. And I might do other bridges in the future on my own, probably during the summer, just to see, which one's better, because it's actually a pretty cool project. Thank you guys.